Hey Playas, how you doing? Welcome back to Playas Guide. This is your retro gaming news for February 2024. Kicking things off on Kickstarter this month is Rocket Panda from Mega Cat Studios. This one's still available for backing on Kickstarter, and you can still reach some of the different tiers for Kickstarter packages. Rocket Panda is a homebrew for the Sega Genesis. This is a very colorful, I want to call it an action platformer, but it has a lot of this kind of like Solar Jetman type feel to it, where you're hovering around on a jetpack using different boosts and power-ups to progress through the levels and make it to a boss fight while collecting baby pandas, which gain you more points. There's also cookies and other items that you can collect. You can see right here in the trailer and gameplay footage what the game is all about. Another homebrew on Kickstarter right now is Flea 2. Now, I have played Flea 1 for the NES, and I thought it was fantastic. I believe Flea may get some other releases other than just the NES, but for now, you could go and back it, get yourself a brand new NES homebrew, which is a single screen, fast action, platforming quest where you progress through each stages. I think you're going through like the bowels of different animals and their insides and different things like that as Flea, collecting blood droplets. It sounds pretty disgusting, but you know what? It is a ton of fun to play. So please, if you're into homebrews, I highly recommend this one. I've played the demo and I am anticipating playing the full game when it becomes available. Avoid Hope. So this is from Eden Pixels. You guys might be familiar with Aulia's Awakening. I think that's what the game was called that they released previously. And this one is already out on the Nintendo Switch as of February 29th. So it's a new retro indie game that you could pick up on your Nintendo eShop for the Switch. And this is a narrative mystery adventure. And it's got some crisp pixel graphics for sure that look really good. There's some puzzle solving and exploration involved in the game as the story that is told unfolds. So if you like a good story and you're a fan of pixel art, then this game should be right up your alley. Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection, Tomb Raiders 1, 2, and 3, is now available on PlayStation for your PS4 and your PS5. This one came out in February, and you know what? I kind of find these Tomb Raider games, when I go back and play them, really hard. Like, the camera is not great. Now, I haven't played this new collection, but those polygon graphics look super sharp from what we could see here in the trailer. So I'm hoping the camera is a little bit better. Obviously, the picture quality is way better. I could see myself getting into this because those games have a lot of aspects to them that are fun and nostalgic. But when you go back and play them, they don't quite hold up as well as, you know, they do now compared to a lot of other games that are out there. So, I mean, as long as that stuff's been fixed up, this is probably a great collection to own and play. 502's Arcade came out in February. So this looks really interesting, and I've added this to my watch list. As soon as this one goes on sale, I'll be picking it up because it has a whole bunch of different types of games. It shows here in the trailer like a Pocky and Rocky overhead style action game, and then there's a platforming aspect to it. Then there's like a puzzle bobble looking stage and some other puzzles to it, and so many more different types of just arcade genres are present in this game. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but there's so much going on that it has certainly piqued my interest. If you're into retro collections, there is another one coming out on the Switch, PS4, and PS5. That is Rocket Knight Adventures. So it's called Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked Collection, and there are 3 games available. This one is open for pre-order now. I don't have a date for its release, but again, just very colorful graphics that have been remastered and redefined so that they are sharper looking than they would have been when you played these games on your Sega Genesis. Maybe Sparkster might be in there. That was on the Super Nintendo as well. The Rocket Knight series had, some really great games on it, especially for the classic retro style action platforming. Now here's another one, a Felix the Cat Collection. And from what I could see on this IGN trailer here, it's just Felix the Cat on the NES. I don't really know of any other Felix the Cat games. I think there was one on the Game Boy, which I haven't played. The one on the NES is great, but that's all I can really see here. So I'm not sure how much of a collection this is really going to be. I imagine it's only going to be getting a digital release unless one of these limited print companies picks it up. But this one's coming to the Switch, PS4, PS5. You know what? I think a lot of this stuff also comes to the Xbox, but I'm not really sure. I don't play Xbox at all. And the last and final piece of news coming out for you is Turbo Kid. So this is available April 10th. That has been announced now. And this is based on an indie film that came out, back a few years ago, almost 10 years ago, I want to say. And this game features a bunch of action platforming, some really colorful, upbeat graphics and music. And there's these motorcycle stages that look really cool because you're pulling off different stunts and fighting different enemies. Anyways, that's Turbo Kid. I think this game looks better than the movie, and I'm going to be checking that one out for sure. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Playas Guide again this month for your retro gaming news. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so to stay up to date with all your retro gaming and collecting tips, advice, news, everything that's going on in that retro world. And I talk about a few other games here too. Until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.